Hola, B,
Hello, hola,
¿cómo
hola
estás?
Juan. Bien, muy bien.
Me alegro mucho.
Uh, okay,
I'm glad for you.
okay. My Spanish is very minimal to none.
It, it doesn't cost.
Uh,
And my English is very bad.
your English is excellent compared to my Spanish, which is non-existent.
Thank you. Uh, I can write and read, but my pronunciation is too bad. And hearing is too bad.
No, that's actually you're very good. I cannot understand Spanish. I am not good at languages. Some people, they pick up languages easily, not me.
Hmm.
Let me see. How am I? I'm on my iPad this time. Oh, okay. I'm trying to. This is different setup than. Okay. Unable to access camera. What? Oh,
Okay.
huh. Oh, okay.
¿Tú ves la traducción? ¿La ves bien?
Oh,
I'm going to call to Marta. Okay?
is Martha here?
No, not yet.
Okay. Oh, there I am. Okay.
It has,
I managed to make that work. Um,
you said a word in Spanish. Amaneció. La traducción dice eso.
let me oh, okay. I managed to turn on translations.
Where do you live?
Pardon?
Where do you live?
Where do I live? Oh, I live in Canada, um, in the province of Ontario.
Ontario.
Yeah, Ontario and Kona, and in a town called Oakville, which is very near to a city called Toronto. You may have heard of Toronto.
Yes, yes, yes.
Toronto is
We,
the
we
most
the
famous
Latin
city in Canada.
American, we, the Latin American men, people, know about geography.
Not allowed what?
They know about
Geography.
geography.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Probably better than
How,
I only know Caracas, Venezuela. That's it. The capital.
yes, Caracas is the capital of Venezuela.
Oh, it's called Caracas? Okay.
I'm living now in Maracaibo, the second city of Venezuela,
Okay.
the petroleum city.
Okay. Unfortunately, I do not know much about oh, Just one
She's so
second.
cute.
Do you
Sure.
see a lake, a big lake at the left of the map of Venezuela? That is,
Near Caracas?
and Caracas in the center of the
Yeah.
country.
Is it in the north, Caracas?
Yes,
Okay.
with the Caribbean Sea. But Caracas not has playas. No recuerdo la palabra. But La Guaira is in the sea.
Okay.
On the sea.
I'm going to call Martha, see if she's going to join us. I'm sorry, I'm late. I was thinking noon, and she might be thinking noon as well, since 11 is early. Well, it's a different time for me. It's a different commitment on Sunday. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna
Oh,
call
I was
Martha.
late too.
Okay. I'm like, we're stepping into new territory. We're gonna give ourselves grace, right?
Right.
Juan was really on time.
Yes.
All right, one moment, Juan. Well, I say I will, but I can't. My WhatsApp account on this phone is under review. I don't even know what that means.
Oh,
Juan, can you call Martha and see if she's joining us today?
I will call him. Her.
Okay.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días, buenas tardes. Te estamos esperando. Sí, ahorita, right now. Sí, right now. Be Kona and I and me. Okay. Okay. Gracias, Marta. She asked me, es a las 5, que si es a esta hora. Le digo que sí.
She probably, like me, thought it was at 6 her time, noon my time. I was off an hour. I've been being a Mimi mother, taking care of kids this morning. I get mother duties in the morning. We'll get into a routine. I was able to work on the edits. I was able. Come on, phone, behave. I was able to work on the edits for the transcriptions, but I did not get to the material for today, which is to look at what we had talked about as the steps to create a design team. So
That's
just being
okay.
transparent about that.
That's okay. Why don't
Um,
we go through them together? I haven't actually contributed because I had a few ideas, but they were a bit jumbled. It might be easier if I just look at what you all have read and maybe make some comments.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I'm pulling it up now. Give me 1 second. We can go through them and prioritize them. I'm sorry, go ahead. Juan. Go ahead, Juan.
¿Creen que Jack pueda asistir hoy o no?
Jock won't be here today for sure. He said he was traveling. He's on vacation today, so he won't be here, and I'm unclear if Jocks will be here on Wednesday.
No, he won't. He said he would see us on Friday.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. So let's see. We have only responses from 3. Juan, did you do a response to what you think the design team best practices for design team are?
Yes.
Yes, I think he did.
Okay. It's not on this compilation that was sent to me by Jocks.
No está.
Um,
Es raro. Yo lo envié.
you want to send it to me?
Déjame
Here,
ver.
I'll share my screen so you can see what I have.
I just need one moment.
Sure. I don't think I'm sharing the right thing. Let's see what I've got here. No, that's that. That's that. Let's try it again. Can you see this? Steps to create a design team? Is that showing up for you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Y no está el mío.
I didn't understand. One more time. Juan. It didn't translate.
Okay.
So I have Kona, Martha, and Jacques, but I don't have Juan. No tengo.
I'm going to resend to you.
Send it to me. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. And then we could do whiteboard, or I can do an Excel spreadsheet or a table, or we can just review these and compare and contrast. We should probably spend some time in hopefully, did Martha say how long it was going to take for her to get here? One
momento, one moment. Déjame ver. Yes, he's going. She's going. I'm speaking very bad.
It'll probably take her a little while to get ready if she was unprepared.
Yeah, she thought it was in an hour from now.
I'm speaking like gringo, speaking Spanish.
Okay. Mi español is muy pequeño, pero llamo, I don't know. I'm going to try. I'll try. If you try, I try.
Claro.
There's Martha.
Así. Pero si quieres aprender un poquito más de español, podemos hablar.
I've studied it. I'm just really rusty. I can understand a good bit. Good afternoon, Martha. Good to see you.
Good afternoon. I'm so sorry. Oh, where are you?
Oh,
Oh, sorry. I'm
here.
so sorry. I thought we were meeting at 7 o'clock my time. So I even have a guest here for dinner who's having her own dinner now. So
oh,
Oh
I'm
dear.
sorry.
well, you should really be with your guest for dinner.
No.
Yes.
It's
I was late. B was late. Juan was the only one on time, and I have not had a chance to compile our steps to create a design team. I can meet in 2 hours. B, can you come back in 2 hours, or is that too late for you?
Not really. No, I should be with my son.
no.
Juan, what about
Yeah.
you?
No, but I guess then we all four here. I was going to invite my can I invite my friend
Sure.
who is a retired midwife and is doing teenage prevention programs in schools.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
I mean, if
Can I
we're
invite
just
her to
going
sit
to
with us?
cover, yeah, but
Yes.
if she's there to have dinner with you,
Yeah.
you should have dinner with your guest.
No, well, she's
You're on mute.
yeah. I'm quite happy to if she's happy to sit here. Then are we going to what are we going to do? Because for instance, I haven't even gotten to the agenda with you. So shall we?
Right.
So we are a little bit unprepared.
We
Hi.
are unprepared because like I said, I did not get a chance to finish
No.
compiling. I did not have Juan's information to compile. B has not contributed to this yet. I haven't made an agenda because I thought we were meeting at noon. So I was
What is
10
noon?
minutes late.
What would noon be?
6 p.m. your time.
Oh, okay. And we're not meeting at 6? What does the email say that we sent?
It says that 5 for your time, 11 for my time. I just didn't
On Sundays.
get it in here
Okay.
yet on Sunday because it's a new practice. So
I'm afraid I also thought it was much later.
okay, breathe.
Ross, I just want to ask, Ross,
You're muted, Martha.
Yeah,
I think you're stepping away for a moment.
Yeah.
And getting a chair or something.
Right.
I am indeed getting a chair for Ross and I.
Okay.
So Ross, we can all continue eating.
I propose that we just discuss the the contributions that we have for the design team process.
That's what I'm thinking, and then compile them together. Just have, let's call it dialogue. Let's name it dialogue so that we can. Well, I'll wait for Martha to get here, but we'll name it dialogue so that we can see what dialogue looks like as opposed to discussion. But we should also start with our silence.
Kona.
Me.
Hello.
Hi, Ross. Welcome.
Hello.
Sorry to gate crash.
No, please. I'm so glad you
Hello,
crashed.
welcome.
I hope you have your dinner with you and you can finish eating while we're conversing.
I will do. Thank you.
And I will just introduce her, Juan Ramirez, who lives in Venezuela.
Okay.
Hola. Hi.
Hola, hola.
And-
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. ¿Cómo estás tú?
Are you muted again? You're muted again, I think.
I'm just trying to
Sure.
get the captions so that we can understand.
You all speak in your own languages, do you?
We all speak in our own languages.
Excuse me.
So you see, Kona is also eating. Kona Mahu is
I
in
am. I'm in New
in
York,
New York
USA.
State. But where are you? In Syracuse. Where are you?
Syracuse,
Syracuse.
Upstate.
Oh, you're in Syracuse. Okay, I know where that is.
And B,
Yes, hi there. I'm from Canada, near Toronto.
Okay. Not been there. Lovely to meet
It's
you
a long
all.
way from South Africa.
It
It
is.
is.
she's from Australia. Well, she's a
Yeah.
retired midwife, and Ross is deeply involved in our work because she started a program taught. Well, you can tell
It's,
what you've done.
Well, I really came here because my sort of expertise is in newborns. I'm a midwife, etc., and how whatever happens to that newborn will determine its outcome. You know, it's called the first 1,000 days, pregnancy in the first 2 years of life.
Mhm.
And so I came to see if I could introduce that here. But when I came and I started doing research, I discovered I was going to go to new parents having their first baby. That's when you can make the biggest impact. But when I got here and I did my research, I discovered that 9 to 14-year-olds were giving birth. So then I had to change everything. And so we've had to change it so that we can reach these young kids so that they can make better choices, consciously decide what they're going to do, when they're going to do it. Not to say don't become a parent, but just when would be the best time in your life? What are your gifts and talents? What do you bring? So, and we had the opportunity to trial the program, which was great, and it did very well. And so I'm here to see if we can actually get it into schools, because that's what we want, relationship training and things like that in schools, actually.
Great. So our family learning center is on wheels already.
Absolutely. So this whole team is
Yeah.
about a design team for family learning centers.
Okay, yeah. I've often heard Martha talk about the learning centers. And in fact, I did actually share the Gottman work with
Yeah.
Daniel.
Yeah.
When I first came, I led him to it because I think it's some of the best work out there. And it doesn't matter sort of which ethnic group you belong to. We all want to be treated with respect. We all want to belong, etc., etc. I think irrespective of your culture.
I was just after you've taken a few bites
Yeah.
because I wanted if Ross could also just explain to us the Gottman work and because she did a course in the Gottman relationship skills workshops. And it's a very interesting the history of this young man and his wife who were both studying different parts of psychology. So maybe if you could just explain what the Gottman work is about.
So
Oh yeah,
Sure.
Kona, you wanted to.
Sure. And while she's finishing up, we haven't taken our time of silence or meditation. And so it might be good for us just to take some time to do that. She can finish her meal while we get centered and grounded. I know that we want to go over this design team process, and she might really enjoy participating in that with us, and also then to hear about Gottman. How does that sound?
Perfect.
Okay, so we'll just take a minute now. And in the spirit of Jock, who's not here, take a deep breath, get centered, connecting soul to soul with each other. With our celestial helpers and guides, we welcome you here to be present with us. Thank you so much to our celestial friends, helpers, guides, teachers, Christ Michael, Mother Nebedonia, Macaventa, Manjaronson. Just pray a blessing on each person who is here and each member of the team who is not here. May we continue through this period to connect soul to soul, heart to heart, mind to mind. Let us glean from our conversation what it is that you would have us concentrate on, center on. Glean from the information that is shared, that we receive from you by inspiration or word. Thank you for the dedication of each person here to come together to work towards the elevation of humanity in this spiritual renaissance. Thank you for participating with us. Thank you so much. All right, just take a moment to come back to the room with each other. Shall we inquire which two things on the agenda we would like to look at first, listening to Ross or going over our design team? And also, may I offer that we communicate in a spirit of dialogue, learning from each other, setting aside biases and assumptions, and being open and willing to hear from the person here and or our celestial guides. Martha?
Thank you. One of the things, and I'm flustered because of the time, I was not quite prepared yet, and you'll see I just wanted to ask, last time Jacques had set the question of what are the steps and the elements of a design team to Sonia. Is that something that you are prepared for and would like to answer before we continue?
Great question. Had we settled on, we didn't settle on a TR for today, did we? And
No,
facilitator.
I think we had said I was going to facilitate and you were going to be the TR, but of course you've already taken the role of TR, of facilitator, because the facilitator
right.
was not ready.
Yeah, so and there's a lot of chaos back here with the children. That's why I said, Wednesdays and Fridays are better for me because there's quiet in the house and I have less distraction. So I'm not quite sure how to answer that, except, here we are. So let's roll with it. And then we can follow up with Sanja on Wednesday, perhaps.
Perfect. I was just going to say that while Ross is here, it would be so interesting to hear. I think it's important that she hears the different elements of the design team. So maybe you can just read one of the whole.
Sure, I can share the screen.
Yeah, so you can share the screen.
Sure.
Then you can see. Because I guess all of us would say, well, if we all know there's a need for a family learning center, and it's so urgent, how come it's taking us months and years to actually get to having one when everybody's ready? So what our facilitator had asked us is to all of us to say, what are the significant steps of a design team? And all of us had answered that's Kona's answer. Do you want to read? Should we read them all?
Sure. So how about if we read each other's, and that way we become more familiar with somebody else's work. So if you'd like to read mine, then I'll read yours.
Bonding, creating a space of trust and openness so that each person believes and feels their contributions have value. Understanding the theory of a learning organization as a learning and creative environment. Understanding design thinking and design consciousness, designing on and with purpose. Understanding the principles of design methodology, process, and praxis. understanding the role of spirituality in the co-creative design process, understanding and practicing courtesy in a design team meeting, discovering one's role in the design team, choosing a topic, creating, iterating, testing, researching, recreating, wash, rinse, and repeat. After a thorough brainstorming, it would be important to check ideas against the 7 core values, as well as making sure that research is done directly with the community in question to include their input. Discovering and using the tools to enhance the co-creative design process.
And then here's Martha's. B, do you want to read Martha's?
Okay. Can you hear me? I'm not muted,
I
right?
can. Can you
Yep,
read it
we can hear
okay? Is
you.
it too small for you?
Okay, no, it says by Martha,
Uh,
form team of 7 to 9 people, but preferably 7 people, including the facilitator, for a beginning team. Number 1, gather for a social time to get to know one another and bond, which develops into trust. Number 2, allow for vulnerabilities to be exposed, but stop when personal attacks happen, to examine and learn from them. Number 3, meet weekly and open yourself to continuous learning. Number 4, identify your own intention for being in the team and the intention of others. Number 5, identify your own assumptions, biases, opinions, and even prejudices, and those of the other team members. Number 6, learn team etiquette, or, quote unquote, how to be graceful in the company of other people. Number 7, identify the various roles. Number 8, determine the use of a celestial consultant, my goodness, and who will be the TR. Number 9, use the 7 values to measure the sustainability of a proposed course of action. And finally, number 10, use the schematic to measure the sustainability of the process.
Great. So, Juan, are you comfortable reading Jocks? I don't have it in Spanish, but you read English.
Yes, I can read English. No problem.
Go ahead, this is Jocks. And then I'll read yours from your email.
Kona, I'm going to send you my part.
Okay, and then I'll read that with your email. Are you comfortable reading this aloud to the group? Or do you want me to read it?
No, my pronunciation is no good.
Okay, no problem. I just want you to be included. Of course, Ross, if you feel comfortable joining us, you're welcome to read it as well.
All right, I'll read it. Once there is a project that affects the people's life, where the 7 values are not honored, create a group of 12 people willing to work together for the benefit of all, role of the organizer. At the end, the group will be reduced to 7 to 9 people because some will leave. Consecrate several sessions on team bonding to strengthen the relationship and improve the group dynamic, cohesion, and trust. Clearly define the people roles, knowing that the roles may rotate within the team, the facilitator being the major role. In case of TR, ask the celestial consultant to stop you in case of a wrong direction in the project. Remind the team etiquette, be respectful, transparent, cooperative, with no special agenda, no ego, no conflict. Meet minimum once a week with clear agenda and accountable results. Use an appropriate design tool, example, the schematic of sustainability or other that includes the members' beliefs, assumptions, and expectations, plus the 7 core values for each item. Train each member in the understanding of the 7 core values in decision-making that includes the practice of ethics and morality. Train each member on how to use the schematic tool or equivalent, using many examples before starting the first project. At every stage, ensure that each member grows in their 7 human spheres of development. Remember to consider those who don't speak English.
If I may just add to that, sorry, Kona, just the 7 human spheres, just for Ross's benefit, is the physical, the emotional, the intellectual, the social, the cultural, and the spiritual.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing and go to my email to get Juan's. One moment.
Ya te lo envié.
I saw it come through. I just have to get my computer to cooperate and move things out of the way. Okay.
Kona's busy with her PhD in design team methodology.
Oh, great. That's the kind of person you want to.
So this is a lot of fun for me. It makes things somewhat academic as well. A lot of personal investment. Okay. This is from Juan. 1, define the team objectives. Clarity and objectives. Clearly establish the team's goals and objectives. This includes defining the project's purpose and expected outcomes. Alignment with vision. Ensure that the team's objectives are aligned with the organization's vision and mission. Identify the necessary skills, competency analysis. Identify the skills and competencies needed to achieve the project's objectives. This may include skills in graphic design, UX, UI, research, product development, and more. Diversity of skills. Ensure the team has a diverse range of skills and perspectives to address the problem comprehensively. Select your team members. Strategic recruitment. Select team members based on the identified skills and their ability to work collaboratively. Look for individuals with relevant experience and knowledge. Interpersonal skills evaluation. Consider not only technical skills, but also interpersonal competencies such as communication, collaboration, and the ability to work in a team environment. Foster a collaborative work environment, a culture of collaboration. Establish an organizational culture that values collaboration, openness, and innovation. Collaboration spaces and tools. Provide physical spaces and digital tools that facilitate communication and teamwork, such as collaborative design software, project management platforms, and co-working spaces. Then define roles and responsibilities, clarity in your roles. Assign clear roles and responsibilities to each team member. This helps avoid confusion and ensures everyone knows what is expected of them. Flexibility in roles. Allow some flexibility so team members can take on different roles as the project needs evolve. Implement an effective work processes. Agile methodologies. Adopt agile methodologies that allow for rapid iteration and adaptation to changes, such as Scrum and Kanban. Which one? You're going to have to tell us what those are. Continuous feedback loop. Establish a continuous feedback loop where designs are constantly evaluated and improved based on user and stakeholder feedback. Encourage systems thinking training. Train team members in systems thinking so they understand the interrelationships within the system and how their decisions affect the whole. Impact analysis. Conduct impact analysis to foresee how proposed solutions will affect the system as a whole. Support professional development, training opportunities. Provide ongoing training and professional development opportunities so team members can enhance their skills and stay up to date with the latest design trends and technologies. Mentoring and coaching. Implement mentoring and coaching programs to support the personal and professional growth of team members. Establish facilitating leadership. Servant leadership. Adopt a servant leadership approach where the team leader acts as a facilitator, supporting team members and removing obstacles. Collaborative decision-making. Foster a collaborative decision-making process where the opinions of all team members are valued and considered. Number 10, measure and evaluate performance. Performance indicators. Establish key performance indicators to measure the team's progress and success with continuous evaluation. Conduct regular evaluations to review the team's performance and make necessary adjustments to improve effectiveness and efficiency. So forming a design team from the perspective of Daniel Raphael involves a structured and systematic approach that includes clear goal definition, careful selection of members with complementary skills, creating a collaborative environment, implementing effective work processes, and supporting continuous professional development. This approach ensures that the team can work cohesively and effectively to solve complex problems and develop innovative solutions. I have one question.
Yes,
Juan, did you use AI?
yes. But the prompt, sí, pero eso depende de la pregunta que hagas. Si está bien elaborada, te hace bien el trabajo.
It's perfect. So my second question, was the AI directed to Daniel Raphael's text, the design team process?
Sí, la pregunta fue bajo la perspectiva de todos los escritos de Daniel Rafael, revisara todos los escritos y sacara una conclusión de cómo se conforma un equipo de diseño, de la perspectiva de Daniel Rafael.
This is a great objective. I'm going to highlight it and add it to our other document. 1 second. I'm learning how to type with one less finger.
Oh, Kona, how's your finger?
Well, I redressed it this morning. I took a shower and I wrapped it up and I redressed it, and it's messy, but it's healing. I'm just grateful, so grateful I don't have a lot of pain with it. So
Wow.
So I'm going to rearrange. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, well done, Juan. I thought it was just a little bit too, it wasn't specifically using Daniel's work. So I think it brought all the knowledge of the internet, but in terms of the 7 values and the schematic of sustainability, which is very much the crux of Daniel's work, it didn't include those. Am I right?
But that's why I asked Juan if this was specific to Daniel's work, and what we can ask him to answer that again. But what I will say, Martha, is that for me, this picked up on everything else that Daniel insinuated but not dive into. This is a reflection of Senge and of systems thinking and everything else that he touches on but doesn't go into a lot of detail. So Juan, just to clarify, and with Martha's question, you only did the AI on Daniel's work, is that correct?
¿Puedes traducirme la intención de la pregunta, Marta?
No, ella está preguntando si solamente lo hiciste en el contexto del trabajo de Daniel Rafael.
Sí, solamente en eso. Claro, lo que pasa es que la inteligencia artificial te extrae también algunos conocimientos que hay de otras partes acerca de la materia y te lo agrega.
So he's Sarah, sí, ¿qué continúas?
La cuestión es, sí, me enfoqué más que todo en la toma de decisiones, en los escritos de Daniel de toma de decisiones. Los 7 valores no lo quise adicionar, ¿verdad? Pero sería interesante, yo tengo otros documentos ya hechos acerca de los 7 valores, de cómo validar y hacer preguntas acerca de los 7 valores para darle la validez a algún proyecto que se tenga que hacer. ¿Sí traduce bien?
Yes. Oh, no, not as, no, he was just saying he has other works that deal specifically with the 7 values and how to use that to validate an issue. I just guess it's a very good general summary of design team methodology in general.
May I make a
is.
comment?
Yeah. B?
Sure, and we're doing this in the spirit of dialogue, B.
I just that question that you asked about whether or not whether or not AI was used and how it was used. My understanding is that you can actually make your own chatbot, but it requires a lot of let's say computer science know-how in how to establish a specific database. So I'm going to gather, because I did the same thing. I asked the chatbot the same question and I got similar answers. So my feeling is that a lot of it does come from AI, but that the conclusion of it is actually based on Daniel Raphael's work. Like, for instance, just to give you an example, the Center for Unity is a Urantia-based community, and they've a group, and they have a website, and they have a nonprofit. They are a nonprofit, and they have managed to hire I guess a software developer to make their own chatbot. And what they've done is they've borrowed OpenAI's technology, I guess, and then built a specific database from which the chatbot would draw answers from. So in order to do this for Daniel's work, you'd actually have to hire a developer and then collate all of Daniel's work into a database from which a chatbot can derive answers. So that's the only possibility. It's a very complex process, actually. Sorry, Juan?
Sí, recuerde una cuestión que la inteligencia artificial se va alimentando es por las preguntas que tú vas haciendo. Cada vez que tú haces una pregunta, ella busca en todo lo que hay en toda la red y lo trae y lo va almacenando en su memoria. Si, no sé si ustedes hicieron alguna búsqueda sobre el libro Urantia por inteligencia artificial hace tiempo, y la inteligencia artificial te decía que no conocía, que no me podía dar la respuesta porque no sabía a qué estaba yo preguntando. Pero conforme fue pasando el tiempo y personas empezaron a buscar en el libro Urantia, a preguntar por el libro Urantia, la inteligencia artificial se tuvo que ir al libro Urantia a buscarlo y almacenarlo en su base de datos. Por lo tanto, ahora cualquier pregunta que haga sobre el libro Urantia, la inteligencia artificial ya puede dar respuestas. Eso fue lo que hice con los libros de Daniel Rafael, para que la inteligencia artificial los busque y los almacene en su base de datos y pueda dar respuestas acerca de eso. mientras más preguntas hagas, más fuerte y más certera es la respuesta.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, so you understood what he was saying, that he's already done that with Daniel's work. And I guess all Daniel's work
Oh,
is
okay,
on the
okay.
website. So he's saying he's already put Daniel's work as a database before asking the questions.
Oh, wow. Okay, okay.
But he says the more questions you ask, the better answers they give.
Mhm.
Well,
Right,
isn't
right.
isn't it
Okay.
like the
Oh,
celestial
wow. I
teacher?
didn't realize. That's impressive. I didn't realize that. Okay. So you really do know how to use AI.
Oh, Juan is very good with AI. I have no experience with AI, but I recognize the work of AI. It's very articulate, very specific, and this is not conversational. Even what we all wrote in comparison is conversational. My curiosity for dialogue now is to find our similarities, even in comparison with the work that Juan has brought with the AI. And I was thinking to possibly like highlight the commonalities, like we have bonding. Almost every single one of these has bonding. And so to go through each one and find the things that we have in common.
Yeah.
Does that work for all of you?
Let's do them in color.
Okay.
I think that's a very good idea. I think this is a good idea to use this time to do the work together.
Mm-hmm.
Juan's hand is up. I'm just going to leave for
Juan?
a second.
Sure.
Ok, lo que yo les envié, todo eso está incluido en lo que ya ustedes escribieron, ¿verdad? Solamente que está dicho de otra forma más técnica y de otra forma, pues. Pero si busquemos las similitudes entre lo que se ha hecho, lo que se ha escrito sin inteligencia artificial, y lo comparamos y vamos agregando o acomodando con lo que dice la inteligencia artificial, entonces se va a enriquecer mucho más. Va a ser un trabajo mucho mejor estructurado y esas ideas que han escrito ustedes concuerdan con lo que está más adelante. ¿Me explico, Marta?
So I agree very much that, you know, particularly the AI is much more comprehensive, and the AI is taking us to things that we need to think about as a design team that is embedded in Daniel's work that we have not been considering. So I appreciate the work of the AI to bring out other aspects of the design team training that, you know, maybe is in our blind spots. Because I recognize the technical side because I've seen it in the academic work that I've been doing, but I have not seen it in operation within our design team. So this is an important piece with the AI bringing to our attention some things that we had not been considering before, in my opinion. Part of the dialogue. Thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's a very well, one thing about the AI is it's very good at organization. And I see they categorize a lot of what was said in other contributions, but it's simply more in an organized, categorized format. And one thing they mentioned that I don't know, did someone else mention, maybe Jacques? The element that the AI came up with was the what do you call it? Outcome measures, right? Which is always, I guess, in any group or any organization, it's part of the quality assurance and quality improvement measures. So there we go, the performance indicators and continuous evaluation. So it's quality assurance, quality improvement.
Right. We should all be mindful of that.
So that's an important thing. I think that I'm not sure. I can't remember if someone mentioned that part, but that is important. But a lot of these things like select team members, they were sort of talked around by, I think, some of what other people had said, that it is important to form a team. They're just saying, and I think somebody, interpersonal skills, I think that was mentioned by other people in terms of, being able to listen to other people's opinions without bias. I think somebody mentioned that. Professional development was not really was a category I don't think was mentioned. But that's a bit beyond our scope, mentoring and coaching. There were
Dee?
only 5 of us. Sorry, go ahead.
You're pinging right now. You're pinging
Okay.
through all of the things here. And so let's kind of come back, and we're looking for commonalities, and we're starting with bonding. And one thing that I'm noticing is that I don't see bonding in the AI. Does anybody see bonding in the AI?
No. Interesting, no.
And I've had that conversation with Daniel. He's like, he doesn't see the necessity of bonding.
But he did. It's interesting because my one came directly from Daniel's first teaching of the design team process. Remember when he came first as our facilitator? I summarized what he had said. So all of mine came directly from his. And he did talk about this need for social
relationships.
It doesn't say bonding per se, but it does refer to communication skills, and there is a section on that, interpersonal skills evaluation, the ability to collaborate. I mean, it's not quite, bonding goes further, but I think it does speak to the need for, your ability to respect your team members' opinions and work
This
together.
is more specific about bonding, where let's look at what we have. Just bonding. Gather for social time to get to know one another and bond, which develops into trust. Allow for vulnerabilities to be exposed, but stop when personal attacks happen, to examine them and learn from them. This is all part of bonding, really.
Are we starting a new line? Sorry, Kona. Are we starting a new one with the summarized collaboration of everybody?
Well,
at the bottom?
we haven't yet. Right now, we're simply identifying the similarities by color. And then here it's select the team members and foster collaborative work. So this is somewhat, but not specifically, right? Am I correct in that?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious, is what seems to be identified up here as bonding is more social, and strengthening the relationship, as is said here, is much more social and maybe even emotional. But it seems that down here, this is much more professional.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm wondering what you guys think about that.
I think it obviously comes from a more professional environment, of a working environment. We're not in a working environment, and the celestial teams have not been in working environments, but amongst readers of the Urantia book. So there's a difference between those professional contexts in businesses and what we're doing.
Yes,
so,
I
but
agree.
that's interesting. So that's an interesting comment to me. My next question might be, But where do we see design teams operating? Are design teams intended for a social environment, or are we attempting to develop the skills for design team members to work in organizations like yours, Martha, or like MU, or like other nonprofits? And if we are, then which, type of bonding is the best for us to adopt and maybe teach others?
May I make a comment?
Juan had his hand up.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. I'm not on that screen. Yes, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Juan.
Marta, explícame qué significa bonding.
Volverse
Ah,
amigos, pero tal
Amigos.
vez la palabra, ¿no? Volverse más cercanos uno al otro. Cuando dos químicos se ponen juntos
Ajá,
y se
ajá.
vuelven una cosa nueva, como pegante, cuando dos cosas se pegan.
Ok.
To make better relationships.
Ok, nuestros amigos más cercanos.
Sí, pero voy a mirar cuál es la palabra para bonding en español.
Unión. Pegamento.
Voy a mirar.
A year of glue. Is that a proper translation?
To bond, let's see. No me está traduciendo bonding. No está traduciendo. Google Translate English to Spanish.
Ok.
oh, he doesn't understand.
Adherencia. Adherencia, pegamento.
Adherencia, sí. Uno a otro.
Ok.
Vínculo, bonding.
Vincularse será.
Vinculación, vincular.
Vincular. Ok. Estrechar las relaciones y mejorar
Estrechar
la
las
dinámica de
relaciones.
grupo, cohesión y
Sí.
confianza.
Sí.
Cohesión, cohesion, ya. Ujú.
Ok, ya entendí. Gracias.
Sí.
May I say something?
Go ahead. Dee.
In my personal so bonding does occur in institutions as well, but maybe perhaps it's actually starting to change. Like for instance, my institution, I'm in healthcare, and the new CEO has actually brought in a lot of these new more different ideas in terms of running an organization, is asking for feedback from people, and there's this this sense of bonding being important in providing better service, right? And in my own department, the lab, we're about to have a pool party, and this is not obviously official, but the organizers of this pool party have come up during this party. There's going to be a session about basically like bonding, right? There's going to be a session on communication without words. There's going to be all these, focused on teamwork. So I think that, just because you have a professional organization doesn't mean that you can't bring these new concepts into the organization itself.
Go ahead, Martha.
Kona, you wanted to say something first?
So what I'm hearing is an interpretation of what I said, that bonding is personal and what we see here on the screen is professional, and those two are separate and can't be intertwined. That's not what I intended to communicate.
Oh, okay.
So what I was noticing, the difference in the use of language, perhaps is the better way to do this, is that when we're communicating, bonding, we're communicating it in a very personal or interpersonal or more personal relationship, where the AI generated a language that is more organizational or corporate seeming. And I was curious about how we were thinking, you know, how we were receiving this difference between the language that we chose and the language that AI chose. That's a curiosity. And I appreciate the experience that you're sharing, B, for your organization. It sounds like someone in management has stumbled across the learning organization
Yeah.
practices and are trying to implement it within your organization.
Mm-hmm.
And so my curiosity for you would be, is the mindset of the people who are currently employed, are they willing to become vulnerable enough to share in that experience? Or is it going to be a challenge to change from a hierarchical situation to a more, this is exactly what we encountered, right? It's going from a hierarchy to a learning organization, which doesn't, it makes in a learning organization, it makes your leadership have to really step down into a more equal space with people who have titles that are subordinate to them.
And that's my
So
job in my organization. I have
just to what?
I'm at, well, I mean, I'm not at the top of the food chain, but in my department, I'm a pathologist. So that puts me in a leadership position right away. I'm not the
Mhm.
one who instigated this. It's actually some of my colleagues that they're my colleagues. They're not pathologists, but they are actually part of the lab. And so if somebody like me, which I plan on promoting this fully. So I imagine that, you know, if somebody in a higher so-called position supports this, I would assume that other people would become more comfortable. At least that's my hope. I intend, like I've already made comments that I think it's a great idea what some of these people have been doing, and I'm excited about it. So we'll see. But I was I like what's happening. So it just means that, you know, you can have you know, social bonding. I mean, it is a pool party, right? We are socializing as a group. So, but then they're introducing a more structured type of exercises into it.
Mhm.
So I just thought that was I hope all organizations go in that direction.
I think it's fascinating. Martha, you had a comment?
Thank you. Yes, I guess I kind of understood that all businesses already have team bonding exercises. At least all the ones I've been involved in have done team bonding exercises, so that the people who were coming together as Daniel's team had not known each other in a professional context, so they hadn't bonded before. But most people in teams, at least in the last 10, 15, 20 years maybe, have been exposed to team bonding exercises and have budgets available for it. Thank you.
That makes sense. Thanks.
So I think that's a valuable insight. I would just say that the assumption is that all, to use the word all,
Yeah.
because I came out of Winship, Emory Winship Cancer Institute as a chaplain resident. And we didn't have, even as chaplain residents, we didn't have bonding exercise that could have really helped us stabilize last year. And after 6 or 7 weeks, I ended up leaving the organization because the work environment was so hostile. And we were chaplains. So, you know, not all. That's why I'm really excited for B, that her organization, which is medically based, is having a transition. And I'm, you know, I think that what we're doing here will help supplement your understanding of the possibilities, B, so that you can enhance this experience for your team.
Yeah.
That's my assumption or my bias. I think that, you know, we could help contribute to that transition that you are experiencing. So I'm excited about that. So if we were to take this and put it into another, and I can pull up, do we want to use another Word document, or do you prefer
Or at the
an
bottom,
Excel
at the bottom of,
spreadsheet?
can we put it at the bottom of the same page?
Sure. And do you want me to create a table? Is a table helpful?
Yeah, we can just, yeah, a table with 10 lines.
So we want 1 spaces or 2 spaces. So maybe we have a keyword and then a longer definition. So if I were just to go, maybe the word is bonding and or formation. And then I don't think I didn't give anything, but so we'll copy this. And I know, Martha, you like to make these things pretty, so I'm going to do the dirty work.
Yeah.
And then bring it to you for consolidation.
Yeah. We can actually take it away from where it is, so it doesn't remain there.
Okay.
Because I'm
Well,
sure we have
the only reason
it.
why I left it there is it might come up again. There might be information here that pertains to something else.
But I
Okay,
just
I
thought
didn't
that
put
way
those all
you'd
in the
know
same
what you've
place.
used.
So
And
maybe
there
I'll
will be
just leave
another
it.
page of that.
Okay, so creating a space of trust and openness so that each person believes and feels their contributions have value. That was under bonding too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So was that already indicated down here? Yep. So if I were to put that right here, it really is basically the same. Bonding, formation of trust.
And so we could just have bullet points there rather than numbers.
Rather than numbers, sure.
Yeah, then it will.
And then they'll even be.
Yeah. Because the one will then, bonding will then become number 1. And then wouldn't select team members come first?
Yes, I was
Even
going to say
before
that.
bonding.
Yes.
So we'll have to put another line above bonding.
So maybe this is not here yet.
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely. It goes before. That was maybe selection of team becomes number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Selection
All right,
of
so
team
we have
members.
strategic select team members based on the identified skills and their ability to work collaboratively. So over here, so let's see.
So bonding would become number 2. Or...
What about the objectives of the team? Shouldn't that come before selection of members?
Well, Daniel goes into, first of all, there's an organizer around a purpose.
Yeah.
So that's really the first step, is there's an organizer with a purpose and they select the team members.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
You know,
so let's do that.
You could,
can we
right,
open
we can
2 lines above this?
If I can figure out how to do tables,
you just
are
click,
you good with, are you,
can you
with
just
good
click
with
on
tables
it?
and this one
Can you
right
just
here?
right click on it, right click, and ask it to create another line in insert?
There we go. Okay.
There we go.
Got a whole bunch. Okay, so what are we putting up here? Organize.
Yes.
Yeah, like the purpose and
Organize.
objective of the design team to begin with.
All right.
But is it organizer? Is it organizer? Because in the end, it ends up being a person.
Right. Organize. So we have an organizer.
Or open bracket S close bracket.
Sure.
More than
Organizer. It's
or
typically
S.
one. It's typically one person. Organizers. Okay.
Yeah.
And what they do is
have an intention or have a topic.
This is my finger is not working right.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Have a topic of concern in a community.
Yeah.
So that's what they have first. We don't think we need bold here.
They see what needs to happen.
Right. They have a topic of concern in the community and determine a design team to address the concern. All right, so we have an organizer,
Mm-hmm.
In
and
the
then we do the
future,
selection. Go ahead.
in the future, I think it would be organizers, because what we would like is our people in the community to talk to each other and say, hey, I think we should put together a team just like so and so did.
But it only takes one person to do that, B. I think the understanding is it only takes one person to first observe that, and then when it becomes you go to the next person, then you're beginning to select your team.
Yeah.
It only takes one person per topic. Kind of like Ross, right? Ross came with an objective as one person, and now she's working with a whole bunch of other people. So my discussion, I might be biased on this, is that let's not inhibit one person from acting.
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
It has to start with somebody, but then they
Right.
find somebody else. And if they don't find anybody else, there's no team.
Okay. So organizer or
Yeah.
S, and that covers us both. Yeah.
So we have it, yeah.
Okay. So then we're going to go to select team members. Select team members based on the identified skills and their ability to work collaboratively.
And the next one, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's give this a bullet and move it back and unhighlight. How is that?
The select team members is exactly the same as the title, so maybe not necessary to do that. Shouldn't you put strategic recruitment and select team members, so that becomes the category? Strategic recruitment. And then, yeah.
As this?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And then select will go away from there.
Okay. Select team members based on the identified skills and their ability to work collaboratively. Look for individuals with relevant experience and knowledge. Okay.
Okay, then comes bonding, formation of trust.
All right.
What about as part of bonding, what we did, which was to we were asked to tell our stories. That's been mentioned in Marty Venta's he has mentioned talking about yourself, and also one of the MU, not the board, but one of the MU transmissions, Christ Michael came and talked about sharing with one another as a means of bonding.
Is that a process? Is that a process that we need to identify here as absolute, or would we leave that to the group as far as sharing stories? I'm just asking a question.
I felt that it helped us understand each other.
May I suggest that we just, where we put get to know one another, comma, for instance, by sharing stories.
Oh, that's a good way. Like example, for example.
For example.
I can even caveat it. My fingers, oh my gosh.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
this almost goes to the front.
To the front, yeah, yeah. Okay. Maybe that becomes the first line of the, yeah. Okay, yeah. Perfect.
All right, let me take the yellow out of this. Okay, bonding and formation of trust. Now, let's see. Oops. Let's see. What do we have down here? Foster collaborative work environment. Let's see what else is up above. We'll go back to the top. We've done this. Understanding the theory of learning organization and as learning and creative understanding design thinking. Meet weekly and or open yourself to continuous learning. Identify your own intentions for being in the team, assumptions, biases. Okay, we're kind of going together here. Jock gets more specific about the number of people. Do we have a preference, or do we want to leave that open?
We should probably offer a guideline. I don't know if I would say because some people might quit, but I remember in the beginning, even in Mission Urantia, when there was a discussion of how many leaders or how many people should be on the board, Makiventa gave a suggestion of between 5 and or 7 and 11 or something like that.
7 to 11.
I think
And
was a
7 is
suggestion,
right. 7 is
like minimum.
Well, 5 to 7 really, but he did say 7 because I remember because it became a point of contention and we added 2 people, and later it was like, oh yeah, you're right. We should have gone with 7 in the first place, and then anyway.
Well, 7
7
is
to 11.
right.
So Martha, we're
7 should be.
discussing here. What should we put in
Yeah, I heard
the group?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thoughts?
Juan, any thoughts?
Yeah. The 7 to 11 I've read in so many places in Daniel's work, and with an ideal being 7, so.
Okay, so I'm going to highlight this in a different color since we're moving on to a different topic, but if we do this, we're going to edit this because it's not really addressed in the AI. So here, perhaps, create a group of, we'll say 7 to 11.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And just leave that here.
That's
right.
perfect.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's something cut off there, which should be team bonding or team.
Where did that go?
Hmm.
Let me.
Dan, Juan's hand is up.
Yes.
1 second.
Yeah.
1 second.
Ok,
There.
creo que sí debiera ser a partir de 5 personas inicialmente e ir creciendo hasta 12 máximo.
I think it's smart. I'm just trying to figure out where. Okay, it's here.
So,
I don't know why it went away. Let me try to grasp this again. And try this again. I think it's the same as this, but I don't know why it's doubling it. I don't know why it's doing it here as well. Doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, so Juan says 5 to 11.
5 to 12, you
guess-
said.
Twelve is really difficult to work with. More than 7 is extremely difficult to work with
Yes, that's
to
true.
begin with. So if we're trying to teach people, but then again, that could transform. We could say create a group of 5 to 12. The ideal being
7, yeah.
Even 11 would be difficult, I think, unless you subgroup the team.
okay. All right. So we addressed the number. I think Jocks is the only one that addressed the number of people. It's not even addressed here.
Yeah, I think I also did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you did here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's been done. We'll put that in green since we've added it. Okay. Next, we have understanding the theory of a learning organization. Also about learning, knowing the roles. That's about learning organization. Here is define team objectives, which we overlooked, I think. Did any of us define the team objectives? You might have, Martha.
Isn't
That our number one topic?
it's number 1 what the organizer does.
Oh, did we do that?
Yeah, because the organizer decides what it, okay, let's get the organizer.
Okay, so let's take this information then. Define the team objectives, clarity
Absolutely,
and
and put it
objectives.
in 1, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the necessary skills will then go into the selecting the team members.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
How did this happen? Oh, I know, because
Okay.
this goes back like this. No. Let me go backwards until I get rid of that funky thing there. Okay, here. No, why is it doing that? All right. Still did it. Interesting. Okay. Well,
I think alignment with vision doesn't really apply in our case because I think in that case they're talking about an institution within which there are design teams.
but we are training to train others. So we have to have something here that is going to take us forward. If this becomes a public document, then we want people to know that they have to have a vision. And vision is
Okay.
a vision. So in a learning organization, you have to have a shared vision. And a shared vision is not possible if people do not engage in their own personal visions. So vision is an extremely important concept. And even I would say for us, we may not have an articulated vision, but I guarantee you that if we were to spend the next 10 minutes talking about our vision as a design team, we would probably all be on the same page. We have a shared vision, whether it's articulated or not.
And
Yes,
and
I
also,
didn't mean that. I just meant it just says within the organization's vision. That was just the wording. I don't have any disagreement with saying that there should be a vision.
Okay, very good. Martha?
and thank you. No, and I also thought, in alignment with what Kona said previously about the fact that we were that the whole idea is to train other people in organizations, that an organization would only really do the part that they have a mandate to do. So although we all want to fix the world, especially if it collapses, if an organization has already been formed, it will only be able to do what its mandate and its vision and mission tells it to do. So that teaches us that people can only work on the parts that their organization has been set up to do. In a sense, that they'll be limited by their vision and mission in what part of the problem they can work on.
Yeah, that's a great point. Okay, so we put this under bonding or beginning. Okay, that's done.
And the next one
collaborative,
goes
define
into the
roles.
second one. Identify the skills goes into the second one. Select the team.
Okay.
Oh, the third.
Or
Is it? Yeah.
okay. So you're saying that goes here, but here.
Yeah.
So it probably goes first.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that sounds good. UX and UI. One.
User experience and user
Yes.
User experience and user, yeah. That's specific to a website or an interact.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what experience, user interaction. But I don't think that necessarily applies here. That applies to a website or an a web interface.
It applies everywhere. If you go into a hospital, into the building in which you work, somebody designed your building with the user in mind or not. Every experience that you have, yes. Your lab
However,
is designed with user experience. So that is UX. It's not just graphic design.
Well, the term originates in web interface, though.
The term was
when people read UX,
I don't know about
UI.
originating it, right? I don't know about originating, but the user experience in design methodology has been around for decades.
Perhaps we should not
web,
use the term. Yeah, like maybe if you want to use that concept, perhaps not use UX, UI.
Yeah.
Because when people read that, that is what they think. That's where the term originates.
Let's see
what's UI. I'm seeing
user interaction. User interaction.
Está bien.
Yes, Juan?
Juan?
Lo veo muy bien. Va bien.
All right, so that's all the team formation. So let's see. I had anything on team. And then Martha. This is all about the roles.
Juan's hand is up.
Juan.
Sí. En inglés es muy propio usar siglas y usar abreviaturas para todo, ¿no? En español eso no sucede mucho. Las palabras tienen que ser casi completas o una abreviatura bien elaborada.
Mhm.
Entonces, esos términos como TR, UX y toda cuestión tienen que ser más escritas en palabras, o sea, completas. Porque habrá personas que no lo van a entender. Entonces, en el caso de TR, hay que escribir Transmitting Receive. Es así, Marta.
Yes.
O sea,
Yeah, so
no escribir la abreviatura, sino escribir, o la sigla, sino escribir la frase
He's just-
completa o el nombre completo.
yeah. He's just saying that in Spanish one should write out transmitter, receiver, and user interface or user experience. Was it user integration you said?
User experience and user integration. Okay.
Okay,
Very
so it's
good.
integration.
I love in here, it shows very beautifully, it says human first design. I thought that was very lovely.
Where is that?
It's just on the internet, but it shows UX and UI. And in both
Mhm.
cases, it says human first design. I thought that's quite beautiful.
Yeah, that's where design thinking changed in the last 30 to 40 years. It was an attempt to talk to engineers about how they're creating, right? And engineers are creating a thing, but they're not creating it with the human user in mind,
Yeah.
right? So the human-centered design is what has changed how we think and how we operate in the world, and why, we have a different perspective on user experience, etc. I mean, definitely in computers, because that's where, like you said, that's where I encountered it first. I would use a computer program, and some that I could pick up immediately, and some that were like, I don't even understand what this is doing. That's the user experience, either pass or fail. Okay, what do you see as next? Here we have defined roles and responsibilities. That
Okay, so
occurs
that would be a
as well.
separate line where we assign
Mhm.
roles and responsibilities.
That's coming up for you next. I don't think I addressed it, or no.
Identify the various
Jock
roles.
did.
Yeah.
Right, identify roles. I specifically added the role of spirituality in the co-creative design process.
Wouldn't that, oh, there's it. There it is, discovering one's role in the design team. In yours, under yours?
Mm-hmm. Right here. Uh-huh. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. So let's do a new color.
Okay,
We'll go
yeah.
with blue on this one,
And
discovering
then,
one's roles. Here it is.
yeah. And the celestial consultant underneath it, because that's part of it. Determine the use of a celestial.
And I think mine, here's role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's also perfect. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then roles. And then define the roles. All right, so we'll start with AI,
Yeah.
since they're so
Okay.
clear.
Well done, Juan. Don Juan.
Oops.
Gracias, Linda. Siempre muy
You know,
amable.
I was wondering about that yesterday. I'm like, Don Juan's name, that, you know, it's such a familiar name, but what does Don mean in Spanish?
Mr., right?
It's a Mr. It's an honorific
Just-
title.
It's an
Okay.
honorific
Don't-
title.
More
yeah,
than
Mr.
more than
Miss-
Mr.
or
Juan, yeah.
sir, but it's not
Can you
really
explain?
it's not like a aristocratic title, is it?
¿Puedo
Juan,
explicarlo?
¿quieres? Sí, por favor.
Don significa señor. Doña significa señora.
Ah, okay.
Pero es un término antiguo que ya casi no se usa ahora en Venezuela, por lo menos. Veo que en otros países como Perú, Ecuador y Colombia se utiliza mucho. Pero más que todo para distinguir a una persona que tiene cierto poder de decisión o tiene poder económico. Por ejemplo, aquí en Venezuela
interesting.
se usa en los Andes venezolanos que están pegados a Colombia. Y para allá es normal decirme don Juan, doña tal. Pero aquí en la parte ya del norte de Venezuela o centro, ya no se dice de esa manera. Pero más que todo es para designar personas que tienen cierto poder, ya sea económico o político, o que tienen un gran renombre. Entonces se dice don.
Yeah, so it shows specific respect, as he says, for somebody.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love
Well,
calling
there-
it because, yeah.
Yeah. There is I don't know how many of you follow opera, but in the Marriage of Figaro and in many Mozart operas, they speak about there's Don Giovanni, Don what's his name? Donna Anna.
Ajá.
So, but that's
Doña-
more in
Italian.
is that Italian, isn't it? Oh, never mind. It's different than Spanish. It's not
Well,
like
they're
Don
both
Quixote.
Latin. They're both Latin-based languages, though, so
Mm.
they may have a similar foundation
Yeah.
Mm.
in meaning. Actually,
Don
So Don
Quixote
Quixote.
is a Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
B. Doña.
In
Doña
Spanish, Doña. Okay.
Doña.
for
sí.
the female.
The N
Doña
with
for
the
the female,
squiggly
yeah?
mark.
Yes, with a squiggly mark.
The N with the squiggly mark, so that you say it a ña instead.
Ya. Español.
Doña.
Yeah. Doña. Almost there. Okay, so here we have assign clear roles and responsibilities to each team member. This helps avoid confusion, allow some flexibility so team members can take on different roles, understanding the role of spirituality in the co-creative design process, discovering one's role in the design team, determine the use of celestial consultant who will be the TR, clearly define the people roles, knowing what the roles may rotate within the team, facilitator being the major role in the case of a TR. So this is already kind of stated above. Yeah.
May we just honor Juan's request that we put transmitter/receiver every time we use TR?
Sure.
So that it's easy. I just want to get a jacket because it's very cold.
Sure.
Be serious about the heat.
Okay. Do we need to have this paragraph as well because it's stated above?
Yeah, we can take out the celestial consultant part. Okay. Oh, but
Take
there's,
all of this out.
it just talks about the celestial consultant in terms of wrong directions. Maybe we should add something about that. Do we have the rotation?
I don't think that was, let's see. Flexibility,
maybe we
so
should
can
say-
take on different roles as the project needs evolve. That's here,
Okay.
flexibility.
Yeah, so that's fine. Can we say celestial consultant who will be the transmitter receiver and able to stop the team in case they're going in the wrong direction? We just take that, put that at the end of the, yeah, okay.
How about be our guide rather than
Okay, and guide us?
saying when we're going in the wrong direction?
Yeah. Or guide us in the right direction.
Right. Well, but they are our guides.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened. Let's see here.
To guide the direction
And-
of the
okay.
team.
Okay, determine the use of a celestial consultant and who will be the TR to guide the team.
Mhm. Okay. To guide the team. Perfect. Okay. Then we
Okay,
can
and
delete
then
that, yeah,
we can
so
take this piece out.
delete that, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect.
Okay, so define
We're
roles.
doing
Okay,
very
so
well.
I'm gonna put this here. Let's see what happens if I put a 1.
Yes, if it will go on.
Let's see
It's
if
not.
I
And would
put,
you also make the next one bigger? Oh, it's actually gone bigger by itself. Okay.
yep,
4.
okay. I
Yay!
don't know.
Why
Alright,
it's
perfect.
doing it in yellow.
Yeah, I don't know. So,
Yeah, that's okay.
okay, well, maybe if I do this whole thing and there we go.
Mhm.
All right, so
2.
we have
Yeah, well
those, and
done.
I think
4.
also, if I move this over, oh, it
Mhm.
messes that up. Oh, well, okay.
Permíteme, que voy al
Juan
baño.
San.
Voy
Sí,
al baño
señor.
un momentico.
Perfecto. Oop, what happened to our
Okay.
lovely line?
This, I don't know why it's not, let me see what it looks like. Maybe because of
It's
this
looking
paragraph.
okay.
I don't know
Mhm.
why it doesn't want over here.
Yeah, it doesn't allow you to move it. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, okay.
Fix it
All right,
later.
so we have
4.
organize, select, bond. I don't know why this is staying smaller, looking smaller than this.
yeah.
That's Arial 12. This
12.
is it's not
Calibri,
Arial,
yeah,
that's
that would
why.
explain it, yeah.
Here we go.
Now,
Let's see what
there
this
we
one is.
go.
This is probably also
That's the same, yeah.
12. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Now defining the roles. All right. So let's see what we have back at the top. So we've done defining the roles. Then I have still understanding theory, design thinking. Martha, you go into how often you meet, looking at your intentions. Jock goes into team etiquette, meeting times, appropriate tools, core
Can we
values.
make one for
And then
team etiquette? Can we make a separate one for team etiquette? Because that's a really important.
I was looking to see if that was down here anywhere. Establish leadership, support professional development, encourage systems thinking, implement effective. Would that be under effective work processes? Or is that
Yeah, I
Yes.
think Juan's title, define effective work processes, is the perfect next step. Let's do that. Yeah.
okay?
Juan,
We'll
¿tú,
go with
tú
another
puedes
color.
explicar Scrum o Kanban?
I think those are design terms in the industry.
Canva recuerda que es el programa de organización para hacer proyectos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Es parecido a Miro, pero es
Yes,
para...
It's a Canva or not? Let me just see. Is it Kanban? or-
es Canvas.
It's a
Canva.
tool. It's a canvas tool, right? Like
but is
Miro.
that, how do you spell it?
Canva.
Not Kanban.
Ah, no, hay un proceso que
It's
es
right
Kanban,
here,
se llama
Scrum or
Kanban.
Kanban. It's probably Canvas, but Scrum is another industry
Yeah.
tool.
Yeah.
Or
Kanban creo que es un formulario, es un esquema que
Oh,
creo,
okay.
no estoy seguro,
Okay.
para planificar.
No, here's Kanban. Yeah.
Déjame buscar, a ver, un momento.
Yeah. Pero es algo en ingeniería en Japón. They say something to do with engineering in Japan. It's a scheduling system for lean manufacturing.
Hmm.
It developed
Es como un
Kanban to improve-
pizarrón,
Huh? Yeah.
es
Okay.
como un Blackboard, un
I
pizarrón.
think it's Canva. I think it's spelled like this. It's a free online whoop.
Eh,
This is the name.
Canva es un programa de diseño
Yeah.
de inteligencia artificial.
Okay.
Y Canvas son los procesos
Okay.
de los
Okay.
procesos aquellos de las 7 preguntas.
Mhm.
Okay.
Ese es Canvas. Y Kanban es un
Yes.
proceso, creo que es japonés, que es como un pizarrón que se
Yeah.
utiliza como
Okay.
herramienta para planificar.
Yeah.
So basically, we're talking about different online tools that can help. I mean, the major tool we are using right now is Zoom
Yeah.
simply because our design team is not in the same geographical location. Ideally, we would all be sitting in a room.
And we are.
Yes, a virtual
technically we
room.
are.
I will have to leave now, actually. I've committed
Yeah.
myself to my son.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Very important. What
Say
time
hi.
is it?
Can we see? May we meet him?
Oh, she's gone.
Podríamos resumir que Kanban es un pizarrón parecido a Miro.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, which David was using. Colleagues,
So
it's 2 hours.
yes, I was just gonna say, if we stop here, we're
Yeah.
a little more than halfway. And we could plan on completing this on Wednesday as part of our agenda for Wednesday.
I think it's an excellent idea. Yeah. Because it works. It gives a lot of discussion, points for discussion. And we have
Okay.
time for our little ones and our big ones. Hi,
And
Sorry, I
Alexander.
ourselves.
dropped off there. I'm trying to use.
But
Anyway.
we wanted to release you to your child.
Yes, I know. And then I was using my phone and then my battery died just as.
Oh,
Oh.
That's why it disappeared suddenly. Anyway.
But
Okay,
thanks for your
well,
time on a Sunday.
yeah, I will see you guys on
Can you
Friday.
say hi?
okay. And B, if you have any thoughts that you want to email in contribution to this, I don't think it's necessary for us. I mean, for the group, we'll have our AI summary as far as the
Yeah.
work that we did, but I don't know that we need to send this out. We'll just come
Not
back
yet.
on Wednesday to
You can
complete.
just say hi.
Right.
Hi,
Hello.
hi, Alexander.
It's all going very well.
Yeah, yes. Hello.
Hello.
Hola.
So
goodbye.
blessings on your
We're about to finish
day,
now. I speak together.
friends.
Igual.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Thanks for calling me.
Yeah, you're
Juan.
welcome.
Sorry,
And
my
Juan,
timing was out.
my
Have a great-
WhatsApp is not working right now, Martha, just so you know. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Hasta el
Bye.
miércoles. Sí.
El miércoles
Until
hay
Wednesday.
reunión.
On Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday.
Wednesday at noon, I think. Yeah, let's make
Let's
sure.
just
It's in the
take it
email.
down. Are we going to meet our little son?
Oh,
He-
no, not today.
How old is
He's
he?
in the other
How-
room.
How old is he?
He's 9 now.
Oh, sweet. Give him a big hug
9 years
from
old.
us.
I can send you a picture.
Please
I'm
do.
not sure why the camera's doing this, but oh well. Okay. I
Thank
will
you
see you
so
guys
much.
on Friday, actually. So have a
On
great
Wednesday?
week.
Oh, you're not going to be there on Wednesday?
No, I can't.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thanks for
Thank you
being
bye-bye.
here
so much.
today.
Yeah, you too.
Chao,
Bye-bye.
Ben.
Thanks for the great work.
No.
Ciao.
I think we all did very well today. Okay. Bless you all. Bye-bye.
Bless you.
Blessings.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. Bye-bye.
Igualmente.
All right, we can confirm through email our time on Wednesday.
Let's do that.
All right.
Thank you very
And
much. Thanks for
Juan,
keeping us.
Juan, you're saving the AI in the recording? Or David will do that?
Ella se guarda automáticamente y David me
It's
la envía.
automatic.
Okay.
Okay, and David has requested that we find somebody else to do Wednesday because
Okay.
yeah, so in the meantime, we need to discuss who's gonna do the Zoom on Wednesday and we can do that by email.
Okay, perfect.
All right, lovely.
Many
Bye.
thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right,
Chao,
adios.
Kona. Chao, Marta.
Ciao,
Ciao.
God bless you.
Don Juan. God bless.
Hola, no te
Que le
vayas
vaya
todavía.
muy bien.
¿Ya te vas?
Sí. Yo me quedo 5 minutos, sí.
Okay.
Pero puedes
Bueno,
apagar la...
ella no se apaga
Todavía
sola.
está grabando.
Sí, ella sigue grabando porque yo no tengo control
Entonces
sobre
sí,
ella.
yo te llamo por teléfono. Yo te llamo por teléfono.
Está muy bien. Gracias, Marta.
Ok, muchas gracias, Juan. Don Juan, que le vaya muy bien. Ya te llamo. Ok, God
Chao.
bless. Ya te llamo.
Okay.
Bye.